The emergence of non-albicans Candidemia in teaching hospital, Kandy, Sri Lanka. Candidemia is an emerging nosocomial bloodstream infection and is commonly detected in debilitated and immunocompromised patients. Candidemia without appropriate antifungal therapies invariably leads to clinical failure and death. Even with appropriate therapy, in recent studies reveal it has relatively high mortality, around 40%. The increased incidence of candidemia has created many health issues, including the need for close monitoring with prolonged use of costly and toxic antifungals. The cost for managing a single episode of candidemia is relatively higher than an episode following bacteremia. Apart from the cost, many other aspects, such as candidemia, will be complicated with endophthalmitis and endocarditis. The incidence of candidemia has declined globally. Anecdotal reports on candidemia in Sri Lanka shows an upward trend. At present, in the globe, candidemia species other than albicans like Parapsilosis, Gabrada, Guses, and Tropicalis are emerging as opportunistic pathogens. Parapsilosis is the second most frequently isolated candida species. Objectives were we have compared the risk factors, incidence, age, and attended unit prevalence of Candida albicans versus non-albicans Candida species and performance of high-chrome Candida differential layer characteristic with Y2YST platform for differentiation of Candida albicans and non-albicans Candida species from blood culture isolates. Method is a laboratory-based cross-sectional study. Aerobic automated blood cultures having positive candida isolates were included into high-chrome candida differential layer medium. It's a platform which takes 48 hours, while Vitec2 platform it's rapid and it's automated platform. Antifungal susceptibility for each commonly used antifungal obtained from Vitec2YST automated platform. For interpretation, breakpoints were obtained from CLSI M281S4. So clinical and dermography data collection, risk factors and outcomes were collected with trained medical officer. All patients on radiotherapy, chemotherapy, solid and hematological malignancies, neutropenia, and end-stage renal and liver failures taken and immunocompromised. For data analysis, chi-square test, Fisher's exact test to compare Chromega with Vitec2YST platform. Also, when appropriate, chi-square test were used and logistic regression was done to assess the risk factors. P-value initially with less than 0.1 as taken as the significant, and but with the model form with logistic regression with multivariate P-value less than 0.05 as taken as significant. For the results, over the 2 years, there were 12,000 blood cultures. From that, there were 1,200, that is 10% were positive. Based on grand stain, out of 120 blood cultures, suspect to have yeast. From that, Vitec2YST platform identified 110, that is 91.6 of candidemia. Remaining 10 were non-candidemia like cryptococcosis and Codomia like other yeast infections. From out of 110, there were 34, that is 31% albicans, while 76, that is 69% of non-albicans case blood bacteremia or candidemia were detected. Candidemia was detected in 9.1 overall bloodstream infections. In both albicans and non-albicans associated, candidemia was having a bimodal age distribution, that is 1.9 plus or minus 0.3 years and 68 plus or minus 0.7, 4.7 years bimodal. And both candidemia cases, male predominance was observed. Distribution in the PHK can be non-albicans species was significantly high in intensive care, which is cardiothoracic, neurosurgical, surgical, medical, pediatric, neonatal, nephrology ICU. So all here non-albicans are prominent. But other in the plastic surgery and medical wards, non-albicans again high. Speciation, anyway, overall, Candida albicans is still higher. but considering all the things, non-albicans, including parapsilosis, 20%, 22 cases, tropicalis, 18 cases. Likewise, non-albicans are higher. Based on YTEC2 and YST, 6 out of 35 albicans isolated were resistant to fluconazole and MIC was ranged from 2 to 16. 4 out of 6 above isolates were resistant to voriconazole. And about germ tube, 3 out of 6 germ tube negative albicans were having fluconazole and voriconazole resistant. 2 out of 4 above isolates are resistant to voriconazole, that is, and all Candida species except Candida lusitania was sensitive to amphotericin B. About the period prevalence incidence. So again, albicans fungi may have the highest period prevalence and incidence. Parapsilosis tropicalis, Cruciae, and Gabrata were detected in all patient categories, while Humulin was not detected in neonates in ICUs. So here it's a table. You can see those prevalence and incidence rates. Risk factors. After univariate analysis, there were 19 factors were taken, including age, gender, pre-existing lung disease, liver disease, and duration of central venous catheter, also duration of urinary catheter, prolonged intensive care stay, candidiuria, and immunosuppressive therapy. Final modeling, exposure to antifungal, prolonged intensive care stay more than 14 days, having central venous line for more than 8 days, immunosuppressive therapy are significantly associated with non-albicans candidemia. Outcome following candidemia, that is, recovery rate was significantly high among albicans candidemia, while day 7 mortality was significantly high among non-albicans candida, while day 30 mortality was significantly among albicans cases again. Day 7 and day 30 mortality were not significantly associated with age and gender of the patients. Once we compare high-chrome Candida differential is only capable to identify albicans, tropicalis, Gabrata, and Cruciae only. So YTEC is far more broader and faster. Identification ability is much more high compared to high-chrome media. In here, candidemia was detected in 91.6 following fungal lab, overall 9.1%. There was a similar studies done in different part of the world, and also predominance male and bimodal age distribution was observed. Similarly, as we study in Iceland, age-specific incidence rate was highest among patients at the extreme of age. The overall prevalence was very low. This could be due to having low number of HIV/AIDS patients and patients with malignancies. Candidemia incidence in ICUs 1.5 cases per 1,000 person years. There were some studies, there were 32 cases per like, and there's antimicrobial surveillance program in Europe, North America, and Latin America. So 44.5% of candidemia were ICU acquired for 2008 and 9 period. When considering the non-albicans, parapsilosis causes 30% of candidemia cases among newborns, whereas the rate is 10 to 15% among adults. In our study, it was common among neonates, where incidence was similar to albicans incidence. Gabrata is common among adults and patients with neoplasia. Tropicalis, on the other hand, is more commonly seen among leukemic patients and patients with neutropenia. In our study, there was 17.6 of Candida species were germ tube negative. Study revealed that more than 5% isolates are germ tube negative. Importantly, 50% of germ tube negative albicans are both fluconazole and voriconazole resistant. So, as you know, germ tube test is useful to differentiate at the laboratory at the initial stage to identify albicans germ tube positive versus germ tube negative regarded as non-albicans. But there are instances where which germ tube is negative, but still the isolate is albicans. So the problem is once albicans germ tube positive, we take it as albicans. So more often it is we can treat it fluconazole. But other thing is due to emergence of non-albicans at the same time germ tube negative Candida albicans. So we misidentify. and ultimately we go for wrong therapy. Other thing is, in this case, here it is having albicans with germ tube negative. They are 50% of them are fluconazole and voriconazole resistant. So, but in the first case, if germ tube negative, we have to offer amphotericin B. That's a problem because amphotericin B is toxic as well as not readily available. There are different formula like conventional as well as liposomal variety. Liposomal variety compared to conventional variety is less toxic, nephrotoxic, but it's costly, not readily available. So there are a lot of problems. About the risk factors, what we have discussed, the whole idea of the risk factor identification is to mitigate the risk and inculcate, integrate with the prevention programs. That means in here we have identified several risk factors related to non-albicans candidemia. So keeping the central venous line duration has to be minimized. Same time, prolonged intensive care is stay. We have to reduce, but it depends. And immunosuppressive treatment, we have to optimize. Likewise, so that's a take-home message. And about the day 7 mortality, so that depends on the causative etiology. Usually non-albicans higher, while in day 30 mortality, albicans are the highest. So about the identification platforms, Chromega provides valuable because anyway it takes 48 hours, but we can differentiate, we can identify 4 main pathogens. However, Vitec2 platform is much more advanced because one it is automated as well as it provides, it's a rapid method of identification. Also, it provides antifungal susceptibility. It provides a minimal individual concentration. So there are sensitivity and susceptible specificities. Maybe there are compared to other platforms like MALDI-TOF, like also the molecular diagnostic, but molecular diagnostics are not readily available to identify these blood cultures. In-house may be there. So MALDI-TOF much more higher, but Vitec is very useful. So use of proper diagnostics are very much important in integrating germ tube tests as well as these rapid automated platforms. And also idea about the antifungal resistance is very much important for start the empiric therapy and later on with the going for the target therapy. Take home message is compared to albicans, non-albicans is emerging. It may be due to several reasons. Rise of immunocompromised patients, including primary and mainly secondary immunodeficiencies. Population rise. So thank you very much.